Welcome back. It's not just a blue screen. I've been getting a bit frustrated editing these videos and not having a very good microphone, so I apologise that we've got a bad microphone again. However, I'm hoping to solve that with this beast. So, I bought the Logitech Yeti Blue, but this wouldn't be a repair channel if it wasn't broken. So this is actually damaged for parts and repair on eBay. So I thought, why not give it a go, see if we can fix this, and then maybe actually have some better audio. So, I don't really know what's wrong with this, and I'm hoping it's just something simple, obviously. But you never know. Let's see. How do we get it out of here? It weighs a ton. It looks pretty good. I'm hoping this will improve my audio. You would imagine so, seeing as this is quite a lot larger than the current microphone I'm using on my headset. I mean, it looks in great condition. I'm going to assume I'm not going to need the stand, because that is not what would be broken here. Put that to one side. That's the heavy part. It all looks great. Well, the knobs are working and turning. Ah, there we go. That'll be why it's not working. It's quite obvious that it is the mini USB port that is gone. Let's just show that under here. There we go. That is not what that port should be looking like. Those pins are everywhere. Sorry for wobbling, I'm just holding this. There's one up there. Oh yeah, I mean there should be a big piece of plastic in here to help support this. Right, let's tear this down and see if we can replace that port. So I've just picked up a a mini USB port and how this should look. Let's see if I can show this to the camera a little better. Yeah, there we go, that's much better. Yeah, so it should look like this. Let's see if we can take this apart then and replace it. So annoyingly, these are the smallest grips I can find in my garage. I definitely have smaller ones, but these are the biggest ones that I actually have. Bit frustrating. I don't know where my smaller ones are. They're like the size of the microphone, so that's a bit frustrating. From what I can tell, there doesn't seem to be any screws on the bottom apart from underneath this this sticker here. There's a couple there, so I'm going to try and peel this off. And I'm guessing it maybe just unscrews or slides out or something. These buttons are going to get in the way, so I'm hoping they should just pull off. We'll see. Let's go about doing that. See if I can take these screws out and maybe remove these buttons. So I'm going to try and just protect these with this microfiber cloth. These are too big. Let's see if I can find any smaller ones. Okay, I found some smaller ones, because that was going to get really frustrating trying to use these. So let's see if I can actually maybe take them off now. Oh, well that's easier. Just pull it off with your hands. Okay. How about these? Can actually look down in here and I can see that little button. It's got a little peg attached to the bottom of it going into the board. Hopefully I can still remove it. Okay, not having much luck with trying to grab them off with those, so what I'm going to try and see if I can do, if I can pry them off. But I don't want to damage them, obviously. There we go, that one's coming off, there we go. Ah, that one's done. That one was a bit more difficult to come off, but there we go, we've got it. So that's 3 of them, and now we've just got this button. After what seemed like a massive battle, I finally got the mute button out of there. Let's take these screws out down here now. So let's remove those. So it feels like there could... Is there anything else holding that in? Ah, maybe this. Quite a large piece, so I'm in my garage and I'm just going to grab a chisel for a nice big flathead to undo this here. I could have used the grips, I suppose. It's got quite a lot of grip on here instead of a chisel. I don't normally repair things with chisels. There's a little rubber film in there. There we go. Underneath there is one screw hidden away. So there's a little rubber grommet hiding that. There we go. 3 screws holding this in the chassis. There we go. Now there it is. I think I'm going to take this apart. So looking at this here, it looks like there's 2 boards. This one here that's going into the microphone, and then it's connected here to this secondary board that then is where we have our damage on the mini USB port. Looking at it here, it's very much broken. Looking at it on the side, I can show you this side here. So we'll remove that, now we'll put a new one on, but I'm going to take this apart because we only need this board and it will be much easier to work on this board without anything else attached. Let's take that apart. There we go, that one's free. We can leave that, put that to one side for now. We just need to take this one off and put this one on. Okay, so I've just put it in the board holder. My plan is to just heat this up, let the port drop off, and then we'll clean it up. So I'm just going to use some hot air on this and hopefully it will just fall straight out. There we go. And it's all free. There we go. So I'm just going to add a little bit of flux to this. However, my flux is quite solid. It's quite yellowy at the moment. I'll get some low melt solder on my iron. That's looking a little better. I may apply the heat again now and see if I can just push that straight back in. Now it's got a lower melting point of solder on there. Let's bring the heat back. Let's get the socket ready. Just got to get it lined up. It should fall into place. Let me try this the other way up. Ah, there we go. Pins have gone through. I'll take that away. And I'll clamp it this way. So the port is on, but I'm just going to apply a bit more pressure to it. Try and get those pins at the back to come through. There we go, you can see it all moving around. Take that away now. And there we go. New port on. Potentially a little bit too much heat applied to that board. The edge of it's looking a little brown. I'm just going to clean that up. There we go. Port's looking a lot better. Like I said, a bit too much heat on that circuit board. You can see the scarring, I suppose you could call it, from the excess heat. But otherwise, that port is now on. Have a quick look at it in closer detail. There you go. Could actually do with a little bit more solder in these front legs. That one looking alright. That back one's okay. These are all going through okay at the back. There's enough solder here. I may just put a little bit more on, just to add to that a bit more. Give it a bit more of a solid fix on there. There we go. Much better. Yeah, look at that back one. Looks like it didn't even want to flow through. Little bit of flux there. Oh, that's a bit too much maybe. Tidy that in a second. Well, it's on. Definitely on there. Let's try and take some of that off there. Should be fine. That will hold it in place. That is not going anywhere. Time to put it back together. Before I put it together, it needs a clean. There we go. That looks good. It's on there nicely. Port's looking fine. It's time to put this together. I'll put this back together and you'll catch me when it's done. This is time for the repair of using the chisel again. Time to put all the buttons back on. All done. Now I just need a cable. I don't have many mini USB cables around anymore, so let's see if I can go dig one out. Okay, so after a bit of a hunt, I found a USB cable now for this. I've just downloaded the Logitech G Hub, so hopefully reconnecting this now into this port and it will work. Fingers crossed. Hopefully you hear a bubbly bum. No boobity boom. But it is showing up there. You can't see what's on the screen, so that's great, isn't it? I've got the Logitech Play on. This is now here, and I'm going to assume it's working, but I don't know. It's obviously picking me up. I can see that there on the screen, so that's working. Let's see if I can swap it over on here. So let's add a device. There it is. You may get both at once here, but let's turn off this microphone. Hopefully you don't hear that. And maybe we're getting a better sound from this microphone. But until I set it up, I don't know if this is an improvement or not, but hopefully we have a much better audio quality for the future. Hopefully this mute button works. Let's see. Can we hear me? No. Yep, that works. So, sorry for the screen mirroring going on. Let's get rid of that. That was the Logitech Blue. We've got it working again. Replacement port. The other one I've already thrown in the bin. It was pretty dire position, but let's see if this audio is any better. And thanks for watching. If you're liking what you see, please click subscribe, and hopefully catch you in the next video. Cheers.